All right, so I'm gonna do something a little bit different in this video. Doing a voiceover, man. I figure let me try this out and see how this works. I really am struggling out here trying to figure out to try to get these videos pushed out to y'all, man. Trying to make it easy as possible on myself. So what y'all looking at here? This is a whole week's worth of videos starting on December 23rd all the way to December 27th. It was like 5 days worth of videos that I filmed and put all into one. As y'all see, this video is actually like 2 hours long, but I don't know like how I'm gonna do this. I'm still trying to figure it out. It's probably I'm not gonna upload the video where it's 2 hours long, man. I know y'all ain't gonna sit through all of that, man. But I just want to try something different. I'm trying to, like I said, just trying to make this thing as easy as possible for me, man. Because I do want to put the videos out every day, but that whole filming for one day and then have to edit and do all that's too much work for me, man. I ain't trying to do all that because this job already take up enough time as it is. So I'm just trying to make it as easy as possible. But yeah. So this particular date right here, this is actually Monday that I'm driving or whatever. While I was in the middle of my drive, I get a phone call from my dispatcher saying that the load that I was supposed to pick up today, or the day that you see right there, they had pushed it back to the next day because apparently the load wasn't ready. So they told me to go pick it up the next day, which would be Tuesday. I didn't have a problem with it. I said, whatever, it's cool. I'll go ahead and do that. So I just kept driving. I drove as close as I could, and I went on here and shut it down, which I'll see like in a minute. Yeah, as y'all see, man, I was gonna pull into a Love's and shut it down there. Got me something to eat and just chill for the little 10 hours or whatever that it took for me to, get my rest up and all that. Did a nice little back, quick swing around, and we in there. So it's the next morning. This is Tuesday morning or whatever time it was I got up. I forget where I was going to pick up this load at, but making my way over there to the spot so I could pick it up. It was a load of sheets still. I'll show it, but I didn't actually film them putting it on the trailer. But I did take a picture of it, the aftermath or the after whatever it is. Y'all see it in the video once we get to it. But yeah, before we do that, man, I just want to talk about a few things, man. You know, the thing about truck driving, man, you just sitting in the truck by yourself, just posted up, chilling. You know, you just you and your thoughts, man, just you and your thoughts. So I do a lot of thinking. You know, I'm sure some people might say that's a bad thing when you think a lot. You know, I really don't know. I mean, I have a brain, so I'm gonna use it, or at least try to. At least try to use it. Cause you just in the truck by yourself, man. A lot of times it just be boring. You know, that's one of the reasons why I had to get out the truck for a little minute. Cause it was a little bit too much for me, man. Just sitting in the truck all by yourself. You know, the isolation, man. I don't like that. And then the truck, I'm not claustrophobic, but it felt like the walls were starting to close in on me, man. That's why I had to get out. You know, but it's feel like it's starting to come back. But you know, it's I don't know, man. It just things are getting weird now, man. You know, like I said in previous videos, I do pray a lot. I talk to God a lot, trying to stay sane and keep my sanity and all that. You know, people are stupid. You know, that's not unusual. Like I said before, man, the smarter our technology get, the stupider people get. Now I can't explain it. I'm sure those that make this stuff can't explain it, but I'm pretty sure they don't want to explain it because it seems like this is what they want to happen. Because when people are dumb, you know, they're easy to control. You know, it's easy to control someone who don't know nothing. I talk about this all the time, man. It's just what it is, man. If people are better educated, man, it's hard to control them. It really is. You know, a person that's educated can see through all the BS. You know, and that's what I see when I'm out here on the road, man. Just the way people drive and stuff like that, man. And I ain't gonna lie, man. Sometimes I fall for it too. You know, I ain't gonna even hold you. You know, I ain't perfect. You know, I that's the thing about me, man. One thing you should know about me is that I never come off as though I'm Mr. Perfect, because I ain't. You know, I got a whole lot of issues my own self. No, but at the same time, man, at least I know I have issues, man. At least I know I ain't right. You know, that's one of the reasons why I pray a lot. That's why I ask God to forgive me for my sins. You know, and it's just I don't know, man. things just don't seem right nowadays, man. It just don't seem right. But we on our way to the spot. That truck that you see in front of me and him going to the same spot. So we made our little turn, and then he pulled right there, and I pulled up behind him. There's a phone number you got to call. You got to call this number first before you pull on the scale. That's why I pulled over there. So I ended up making that little phone call or whatever, and then I pulled off. He just sat there. I didn't see him again after that. I don't know what he was sitting there for. But pulled off and went around. They person on the phone, they real cool. Tell you what to do. Get on the scale, then you go inside the little office or whatever. That's what I did. Then of course ended up pulling off and going around. Real easy place to move around at. Stop at all stop signs, you know what time it is. Just follow the signs. They got signs all over. Been pulling there. Stop in Bay 1. Then they got me loaded, man. It didn't take too long. Like I said, they put some sheets still on there. They had to be tarped. So I went on here and did all that. Did all that outside. They have like a little tarping bay right in front. You will see it. And then from there, pulled forward, got on the little, right there in that little tarping station right there. There's some ladders in there for you to use, and that's when I finish chaining it down. Not too shabby, threw the tarps on there. Wrapped it up like a little package. Not too bad. Threw 3 straps on the top too, just to make sure it was on there good. Then we hit the road again. Had to get back on the scale out. She gave me my paperwork. Then we was gone. And then back on the road again. So pretty easy load. That was actually my first time hauling sheet steel. I ended up sending a picture to that 24-hour securement line to make sure that I did it right. And they looked at it and they was like, yeah, everything's good. I'm like, cool. But yeah, man, it's things are getting rough out here nowadays, man. It's like, I don't know, what can you do, man? You know, I ain't gonna even hold you, man. Some days it do feel like I'm just wasting my time. It really do feel like that sometimes, man. It's just like, why am I doing this for? I ask myself that question all the time, man. What am I doing this for? People can't afford nothing. Houses are too expensive. Rent is too expensive. Health insurance is too expensive. You know, the price of everything keep going up. It's like, what am I doing this for, man? Why am I doing this? What am I doing this for? All that. You know, I came to the conclusion that and I'm pretty sure other people know it too, but it's like people know it, but they don't. It's like they don't care. Now I keep thinking to myself, I was like, you know, the only reason why people seem to understand what's going on, but at the same time they don't care, and the reason why they don't care is because as long as they have access to food, as long as they have access to shelter and all that, as long as they can continue to make money and buy the stuff that they want, you know, it's almost like they don't really care that the economy is getting rough, getting tough. I mean, yeah, things are starting to slowly unravel, but at the same time, people don't really. I mean, as long as they can put food on the table, I mean, why care? You know, I'm pretty sure that's what a lot of y'all think right now. Y'all like, man, why should I care about what these billionaires and corporations are doing? Now I got a job, I got food on the table, I got a roof over my head, gas in the tank, I got health insurance, my kids taken care of, my wife taken care of. Like, who cares, man? No, and that's the problem, man. Because apparently these billionaires understand that as long as they can keep feeding y'all this narrative, you're not gonna care. But see, the issue is that this cannot stay like this forever, man. It really can't. It's gonna come. I mean, you already hear stories of people getting laid off from their jobs. You know, people over there not getting paid enough money. I mean, yeah, they making something, but eventually there's being overworked, you know, and underpaid and all that other stuff, man. It's getting rough because the cost of living just keep going up. So while right now you can somewhat afford a place to live and all that, food on the table, you know, who's to say it's gonna stay like that forever? Because it ain't. I ain't trying to throw out no fear mongering or nothing like that, man. I'm just keeping it 100. You know, the price of everything just keep going up. I've never heard of a situation where the price come down. I've never heard of that. If it do come down, it come down very little, but then it go right back up again. And if it do, also when it comes down, it's not like people notice it. It seems like these billionaires out here, they know what's up, man. They know what's happening out here. That's why you hear stories all the time about them building underground bunkers and all that. Seems like they getting prepared. I know y'all probably heard of people like preppers. People getting prepared, buying canned goods, generators, ammunition, everything that they need, for the coming turmoil that's about to hit this country, boy. I was watching a documentary yesterday where they were saying something like America it ranks number one in drug use. There are more people in this country, the supposed richest country in the world, that's on drugs. More people than anywhere in the world. We make up 5% of the population, of the world population. Yet there are more people in America that's on drugs than anywhere else in the world. Now make that make sense. And I think they include all drugs, both legal and illegal. It's crazy, man. Something ain't right, man. This something ain't right. Now you got Amazon, they on strike. And why the workers that work at Amazon, they on strike. Doing it, and the company itself is ignoring them. They not giving heed to none of their demands, man. It's like they don't even care. I tried working for Amazon twice, man. I tried working in their warehouse, and then I ended up quitting after like a week. I couldn't handle it, man. And then I tried to do their delivery service. I did that back in 2018. I lasted 3 days, man. 3 days. I was like, nope, this ain't gonna work. The pay was trash. It was paying, I think, the place I went to was paying $15 an hour, man. No, they had to do, I was talking to some of the people that worked there, some of them doing over 200 stops, man. 200 stops. Now, the warehouse that I worked at, I mean, they was able to take breaks and stuff like that, because I know y'all heard some of them say they have to use the bathroom in urine bottles and all this other stuff, because they can't really take breaks. At least back then, the place I was at, I mean, they was able to take break. At least that's what they told me. But like either way, man, it was rough, man. Plus, I was up there on the north side too, and in Chicago, the north side is real tight. It's a lot of traffic up there. The streets are tight, even though you're driving a van, but still, man, you're on a time crunch. You gotta make all these deliveries, and traffic is real heavy. A lot of those vans that I've seen sitting there, they were damaged, man. They had front end damage, back end damage, side damage. They said a lot of them drive, they don't put on their seatbelt. A lot of them drivers speeding. They tell us not to speed, but I mean, what are you gonna do, man? You got to knock all these packages out within a certain time period, man. Now you know damn well that's impossible. You know it is. Not with the amount of packages that they give you. Like, come on, man. Especially some of them are kind of far to get to the place. It's like maybe a 30-minute drive just to get to the area where you got to start making your deliveries. Then the constant getting in and out of the van. Like I said, this was back in 2018, so they didn't have those electric vans that they got now. Those Rivians or whatever they call them. So they just had regular all-white vans, man. And then on top of that, sometimes when you pull in some of these hoods, because those vans were all white without the Amazon logo on them, a lot of people didn't know who you was. You walk up there on their front porch, boy, they about ready to AR-15 your ass, boy. Real talk, man. This is based on what they were telling me. Some of them that worked there were telling me this. I'm like, man, I ain't got the patience for all this. This job don't pay enough. Too stressful. I was like, man, I'll just go back on the road, man. At least I'm delivering one load a day, or every other day, or whatever the case may be, man. Just one load. There, you have to do multiple loads every single day, 5 days a week, man, going through all of that for that little bit of money. And the reason why I did that, because I wanted to see, because I order a lot of stuff off Amazon. So I wanted to see what it's like. I'm like, man, what is it like to work for Amazon, man? What is that like? Since I'm already ordering stuff from there, I want to see what that's like. So I tried it. Yeah, I couldn't do it. So I definitely understand where they coming from, man. I'm with them on it. I'm with them on that. The conditions is deplorable, man. It's bad out there. And like I said, when I did it, it wasn't as bad. But now, I mean, it was bad enough. But now it's just crazy, man. I'm hearing them walking like 2 or 3 football fields just to go to the break room. You on one end of the building, you got to walk all the way to the other end. They only give you a 15-minute break. By the time you get over there, you sit down for like maybe 2 minutes, and you got to get right back up and start walking again. Like, who wants to go through that, man, every day, man? People getting injured, people getting hurt on the job. Man, it's just rough, man. It's real rough, man. It's like, who wants to go through all that? That's why I say I feel them. I understand exactly where they coming from, man. But it's just sad that this is where we at nowadays. It really is. So I pulled into this TA right here because that TA out there in Morris, I'm expecting to go to that R place. It's like a little restaurant. Man, I walked in there, that R place is closed, man. I was so mad. All they had in there was a Charlie's Philly cheesesteak or whatever that crap place is. Trash. Just straight up trash. I was mad as hell. But I was hungry, so I just ate that, and it'd be the last time I go up in there. They had a sign saying that they're gonna put what's that, Black Bear restaurant or something like that up in there. Who knows how long that's gonna be? I just said whatever, man. That's the life of a trucker, man. No, it's crazy with the Amazon going on strike, man. We can't go on strike. There's no strikes for truck drivers like that because we not a union like that. Yeah, companies like UPS, FedEx, some of these independent trucking companies, yeah, they might have a union, but the industry as a whole is not a union. No, it's not a union, man. So it's like, I mean, I know a lot of times truck drivers have been talking for years about going on strike and shutting the whole industry down and all that. But I mean, I know they've tried it in the past and it didn't really work out like that. I mean, there's really no unity whatsoever in the trucking industry anyway. It's too much separation even with truck drivers. No, you got owner operators that don't like company drivers. You got white people that don't like black people or any other race of people. You got men that don't like women truck drivers. You got veterans that don't like rookies, and it's just too much going on, man. There's too much going on. And the industry just gotten worse and worse and worse. The pay is trash. The work is tough. You don't get to spend no time with your family. The loneliness in trucking is extreme. The stress levels are high. They say the average age for a male truck driver is like 60 years old. And I'm 40. So what, in 20 years, that'll be it? No, I don't think so. At least I hope not. That's why I'm not trying to put all my time into this industry, man. Really not. But like I said, we can't go on strike like Amazon can. I mean, the only thing truck drivers can really do is just, if enough of them come together, they shut the industry down. And I mean, the powers that be will have no other choice but to make some changes. Because at that point, you affecting them in their pockets. And they don't like that. They don't want their pockets being affected, man. But like I said, as long as people are able to put food on the table and a roof over their head and all that, people don't really care, man. They keep us entertained. They have to keep us distracted. That's what all these sports, NFL, NBA, video games like PS5 and all that. Them coming out with the same damn phone every year. Whatever they can to get people to spend money and to stay distracted, man. That's what it's all about. When people do wake up and they want to go on strike and all this other stuff, man, it's like I don't know, it's not doing enough, man. Because even if the company do give in to your demands, they could just shut the whole business down. They sit up there and say, yeah, okay, yeah, we're going to go ahead and give y'all what y'all asked for. And then all the workers are happy. They getting paid more. They getting benefits and all that. Maybe the workload isn't as much, which is good. But then somewhere along the line, the higher-ups be like, oh, no, you know what? We ain't got time for this, man. Yeah, they still making profit. They still making money. But it ain't as much as they want to make. And so at that point, they just shut the whole business down. You come to work, it ain't no work. They tell you go home. What you mean go home? Yeah, we closed. It's over with. What, you ain't send no emails, no phone calls, no nothing, no text message. People had no idea the business was gonna shut down. We talking about Pepsi. They just shut the whole business down, man. Then and like I said, I live in Chicago, and there's the Ford plant, the Ford Motor plant where they make the Ford Explorer. That's over there on Torrance. I think I heard someone say that the workers at that plant was talking about going on strike. And then Ford came forward and said, if y'all going on strike, we're going to shut this whole plant down. And no one went on strike. Nobody went on strike, man. That's crazy, boy. I'm telling you, boy. That is crazy. That goes to show you how much power these corporations have, man. No, people were comfortable back in the day when these companies were real small and tiny and like real tiny and small. But now that they gotten so big and huge, where they making all this money, billions of dollars, it's almost like people ain't got a voice no more, man. They don't even have a voice. It's crazy, but I'm telling you, man. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying, man. This is what I like to talk about. I know a lot of people don't like talking about that, but we need to talk about it, man. We need to talk about it. It's important. You know, America's supposedly the richest country in the world, man. Yet people out here homeless. They on drugs. They struggling. The mental health issues out here is out of control. You know, we got these foreigners coming over here, setting people on fire and all that. Come on, man. Then you got kids out here, students over here shooting up schools and all that. Come on, man. We live in some crazy times, boy. Crazy times, man. You know, I like football. I like boxing, but I don't really spend too much time watching that. Like I said, it's just a distraction to me, man. I like knowing what's going on in the world, man. I want to know, what are these bankers up to? You know, while they talking about one thing in the media, what is this country up to? What is that country up to? What is this bank up to? What is that corporation up to? That's what I be looking at. Man, some people might be like, man, you paranoid. No, I ain't paranoid, man. Once again, man, they do a damn good job keeping people misinformed and uneducated and all this other stuff, man. They really do. They do a damn good job doing that. I pulled in here so I can take my 10-hour break. This next morning, of course. Making our way. Yeah, I kind of like this setup, how I'm doing this. Hopefully, y'all like it too, man. I hope y'all like me doing these little voiceovers and just talking about real stuff. At least, you know, what I see going on in the world. I mean, yeah, it's my opinion and all that, but you know, just want to talk about this stuff, man, because it's important, man. I got some more subjects that I want to talk about in the next video. I'll probably talk about something else like that I've been thinking about. But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. That's why I say, man, just stay prayed up. You know, I only believe in one God. I only believe in the Word of God. I only believe in Jesus. That's who I believe in. You know, He's my Lord and Savior. You know, I try to keep Him Lord of my life, because at the end of the day, man, we don't have no control. We really don't. This stuff is getting out of control. People think they have control, but we really don't. No, but God is still in control. That is the truth. The Lord is in control, but at the same time, I also understand that things will get worse. Things are getting worse. And that's why I say it's so important to just stay prayed up. You know, 2025, boy, it just seems like every year it just get more and more interesting. More and more interesting. Hey, what happened to all them drones too, man? Remember all them drones flying around over there on the East Coast? I haven't really been looking too deep into that. But I ain't been hearing much of nothing going on with that now. What did they find out what they were? I mean, by the time y'all see this video, I'll probably already looked up the information anyway. But as of right now, I haven't looked it up. So I don't know. I just know I don't hear about it no more. I mean, that was all in the news. They were talking about that day in and day out. Yeah, I stopped in this little rest area here because I had to give me something to eat, boy. I was hungry. They had a sausage biscuit in there that I grabbed. It was good, but it was expensive. But yeah, them drones, man. I don't know. No, I never seen them. You know, I know most of them were on the East Coast, but I haven't seen anything unusual in the sky as I was driving, even at night. When I'm driving at night, you know, I didn't see anything unusual, so I don't know. There's all this weird stuff going on around here, boy. But this video is getting 25 minutes, so let's speed this up to where I get to the spot, to my destination. Yeah, driving through these backcountry roads, man. This I really don't like driving through these small towns like this. There's a lot of that you have to do. I mean, I've done all kind of backcountry roads driving with other trucking companies, but it seems like a lot of it happens with flatbed. A lot of these places you go to are like literally in the middle of nowhere. I mean, just in the middle of nowhere. It's crazy. I've been places where I was like, man, can a truck actually come down this road? Yeah, it's the only way. It's only one way to the shipper or to the receiver. Just got to deal with it. I'm actually on my way to get fuel. I needed some fuel, so I stopped off at a. I don't know if it was. I can't remember if it was a Love's or a Pilot. We'll see once we get to it. Yeah, it's a Pilot, Flying J, whatever. Threw some fuel in there, and I threw some def in there. I got right back on the road again. That's the life of a trucker, man. Same thing every day. Usually I get fuel every other day at least. And so we finished. Now we back on the road. Oh no, wait, hold on. I forgot. I stopped. Yeah, I stopped for the. So when I got fuel, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm done. Cause this right here was actually on Christmas Day. Yeah, I forgot about that. So that when I got fuel, it was Christmas Day. It was barely any trucks on the road. Y'all seen the traffic was real light and all that. And this right here is the very next day where I got up. So this was December 26th, and I was on my way to go ahead and I think drop off this load or whatever, knock that on out the park. Did my little pre-trip and all that. Check my load. Everything is good. There's a blue beacon over there. I didn't go in there. So now let's go ahead and skip ahead to where I got this load dropped off. So this was in the what time, man? I think it was somewhat early in the morning. I think because I wasn't that far. Had to make this U-turn because the building is right there. I went inside, talked to the guy, see what he make sure I was at the right building, which I was. So I had to make this ugly ass U-turn. Well, first I backed up. I couldn't make a U-turn just yet because he was in the way. So I backed up, pulled forward, waited for him to finish. So where he backed in at, that's why I got to back in. So first I made that old ugly ass U-turn, that truck park right there. But I was able to do it, no problem. Then I backed in. Then I went on here and took my tarps and stuff off. Took off as much stuff as I can. That way, by the time he get done, I'll already be ready to go. I just back in, take off a few more remaining chains, and we can go ahead and get up out of here. That way, I save time. It's kind of cold that day. That's why I got on my little face mask. Yeah, I love the way I wrap that up, man. I like it. Wrap that thing up like a little package, man. roll up them straps. Yeah, I try to do the way I do my stuff, man. I try to do a little bit at a time, because I try to stay organized and stay neat. If I have time to, take my time and do all this other stuff, that's what I do. That way everything will be nice and neat. Got the tarp folded up real nice. I threw my knee pads on because I ain't about to be tearing on my knees. Because I heard a lot of bad stuff with people that doing flatbed or any kind of labor, manual labor type work, man. You tear your knees up, you tear your back up. I ain't trying to go through all that, man. Hospital bills are very expensive, even with insurance. So whatever I could do to try to keep myself as healthy as possible, man, that's what I'm gonna do. But I got all that stuff off now. We taking off the chains. I left, I think, about three chains on there. I just want to at least get the back chain off and the front X chain off. Also, my little timbers, my 8-foot timbers right there. I got two of them sitting up there. I threw them up there to act like a little teepee. That way, if it rains, the water will just, slide off. Threw all my binders in there, threw all my chains away. Threw all my little timbers under there and then strapped those down. By that time, he was done. I still wasn't quite done yet. And then the guy came out and told me, he was like, yeah, you can go in back in there now. I don't know if y'all seen him down there. At this point, I was trying to rush, but I was like, man, hurry up. Come on, man, hurry up. I'm trying to get up out of here. At that point, I was done, so I started backing up. Look at that, boy. Can't tell me I don't know how to drive a truck. Can't tell me that at all, but I know what I'm doing. Real talk. But yeah, get the rest of them chains off of there so they can take that sheet still off. That's all they got in there too, is number sheet steel. They got that overhead crane. Y'all see it's got that little claw thing. That's different. I ain't never seen that before. I want to take all my stuff off, all my little ratchet binders and all. I want to get all that out the way. And while they were taking the sheets off, I stand off to the side, wait till them finish. That way I can get back up there and finish doing what I gotta do. They struggle with it a little bit. You see, you have to keep messing with it. Eventually get it up and out of there. At that point, I was trying to hurry up and finish doing what I gotta do before he come back. Then he came back. At that point, I was pretty much done. I still had 6 timbers. Yeah, I think it was 6 of them sitting underneath those sheets. Had to get those taken care of too once they finished taking everything off. I set my fat ass down right there because I was tired, boy. Take the rest of them off. That was it. And I grabbed the rest of those timbers right there, threw them underneath the trailer, grabbed my paperwork. Me and him chopped it up a little bit. He signed the paperwork and I was gone. Just like that. On to the next spot. Let me show this. So that pilot right there, I wanted to get scaled out first. I wanted to scale out empty. I ended up going the wrong way. So I was supposed to go in that way. I didn't realize that. Yeah, I know, I'm a goofy. But we got on the scale. It wasn't that many trucks there. Now I pulled in, I backed into that spot right there, and I went in there McDonald's and got me something to eat because I'm fat. Then finished that. Drove through the fuel island. I ain't need no fuel. Then waited for him to make his turn. Then I ended up making a left turn down the street because where I had to go was like about 10 miles down the road down that way. Once again, driving through them back country roads, boy. Even though I do use my GPS. I use it all the time, man. But rest assured, man, I keep my eyes open for them signs, man. If there's a sign that say no trucks, please believe I don't go down that road. I've never had an issue using my GPS. So that's where we was at. So when I got to this place, it was like around 12:30 or something like that. No, he was cool. He told me back in right there. I threw the camera on the back as y'all see. I didn't realize what time they closed. No, it was pretty much quitting time by the time I got there. I mean, it was like 12:30 or something like that. But well, you'll see, cause I know they told me to cause I was back there throwing straps and thinking everything is 100%. Next thing you know, he come back over there is like, yeah, man, we about to close up at 2 o'clock, and it was like 1:45 by the time I was halfway done throwing my straps, and I had to throw tarps. But y'all see it. So they already getting them pipes together, throwing them pipes down now. And that stuff was heavy, man. They double stacked that. Y'all see what I'm talking about. Yeah, simple enough. Seems like they gotta chill. They job just seemed chill as hell, boy. I don't know what happened to that one, but he had to take that one off. Move that one somewhere else. It didn't tell. I know I'm skip. You see it skipping around. I had to. I didn't want to just have that dead space up in there, man. Cause this video is already long enough as it is. So I just wanted to show just a little bit of the process. You know, it didn't, like I said, it didn't take them long. I got there around 12:30. Took them about maybe 30 minutes so to get me to put all those little steel beams on there, whatever that is, them pipes. We drop another set, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Then it was my time to shine. So I grabbed my straps, threw my straps over there, and I ain't gonna lie, I did overstrap it. Like I overstrapped it crazy, boy. I used all my straps. I end up accumulating extra straps over the months that I've been here at Maverick. Some of them I found. I found a few straps laying on the ground. They were good. Wasn't nothing wrong with them. You know, I checked them, make sure they wasn't tore or nothing. So I was using those. And I had my own little I did like a belly wrap. I got my own little pole for a belly wrap. Threw that up in there. Yeah, I was gonna make sure that thing wasn't going nowhere, boy. And then, I mean, it was on there too. You know, I probably didn't have to put that many straps on there, but I didn't want to take no chances because the way, because how tall it was and how heavy it was, I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and overstrap this, make sure that I'm good. And like I said, I didn't realize what time it was, and that's when he came over and he told me like, yeah, we about to wrap it up. So I was like, all right, let me go ahead and see that. You see, he just came over there. So I was like, all right, let me go ahead and wrap this thing up, man, so I can get up out of here, so y'all can go, y'all can lock up. I just did. I just tied down the front and the back, and in the middle, and that's it. And any straps that I didn't tie down, yeah, I just picked them up and threw them on the trailer, so they wouldn't, get caught in my wheels or nothing like that. So I think I was only there for probably about another 7 minutes or so, 7 to 8 minutes. Now since it down, so I just threw the straps up there, grabbed my stuff, hopped in the truck, and pulled forward. See, they all leaving. They going home. Lucky bastards. But yeah, I went on here and finished doing my thing. Finished throwing all the straps. Like I said, I overstrapped that, I know. But there ain't no such thing as overstrapping or over securement. But there is such a thing as under securement. So I want to make sure this thing wasn't going nowhere. If you're not sure, just go ahead and throw an extra strap or two on there. Yeah, it ain't gonna hurt, man. All right, so at this point, I went ahead and threw the tarps on. I already did the back tarp, so now I'm doing the front. I threw my little canvas tarps right there on the edge to protect the edges or protect the tarp from getting cut. And that tarp was just barely long enough to do the overlap on that back tarp. It was just barely. So what I ended up doing is after I cinched all that down and got everything bungeed down onto the trailer, I went ahead and threw two 2-inch straps towards the back there. That way, when the wind is blowing, I ain't gotta worry about it coming apart or whatever. Yeah, you see what I'm talking about? I did 2 belly straps and just overdid it, boy. I made that thing look good. And if you look towards the middle of the trailer, you see where I threw those 2-inch straps. And that was it, man. Heading on up out of there. By that time, I think it was like around maybe 4. I think it was going on 4 o'clock. So it took me a little minute. Not too bad though. Like I said, if I didn't over secure it like that, then I probably would have been done in by another. Probably took me an hour less to get it all finished up. All right, so this the next morning. I got up early in the morning. I had about 250 miles to go to get to the destination. Well, I think it was a little bit less than that because it wasn't that far. Checked in, and come to find out, they was actually supposed to be closed. But they really need this product, so they was happy I got there, early in the morning. I got there around 8:15 or so in the morning. And they were happy too, man. It was like, man, I'm glad you made it here early. It was cool as hell. So I took all that off. Of course, I had to pull forward just to get the straps on the other side, and it was tight. They wanted me to move a little bit closer to that dock right there. That way they can get it with that forklift right there. Cause they told me they had a situation where a bundle of those actually fell off the trailer because they couldn't hook onto it right. Because the other driver, he didn't back close enough to that dock, and so it fell off. And then once that happens, man, it's a total loss. They can't use it. I asked them, what do they use them steel pipes for? They actually use them for semi trucks. They make wheel bearings for semi trucks using that. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. They do it with several different manufacturers, and they said they pretty busy too for as small as that warehouse is. So that's good. I was trying to get it done because they wanted to go home, and so did I. All right, I skipped forward a little bit. This is when I had to pull forward so I can get the rest of the straps, loosen up the rest of the straps on the other side. So threw all that right there. And then from there, as you can see, I had to get a little bit closer to that dock. And I got real nice and close. And it was perfect right there. He said that was good, just the way it is. So at that point, took out the rest of the straps. Me and him chopped it up a little bit. He asked me, did I want that wood? I told him, no, I'm good. He could use it to stack the rest of those on there. At that point, I took the rest of them straps in the back off. That way I could pull forward. That way they can finish doing their thing. And I finished wrapping up whatever few straps I had left. Took the last of that product off, and we was done. I think it was about 9:30. So I got there around 8:15. It was done by 9:30. I was sure hoping to be up out of there before 10. All right, so this is several hours later. I made it out there to Butler, Indiana, and I've been to this is my third time at this steel mill. Came here to get a coil, threw all my little coil racks down, my chains and all that. Yeah, even though I was tired, man, I was ready to go home, man. They just wanted me to pick up this last load. This would be my home load. I'm like, cool. I was only about 145 miles away from where I had to go for my home load. So the way it works is that you, at least with Maverick, you get to this place, you pull in the staging area, you park. They have like a little QR code that you scan. They end up giving me a piece of paper with that when I first got there for the first time. So I just kept that piece of paper. Then I used that to scan that barcode. You sign in through the app, and then you get on the radio, and then they'll tell you what to do after that, which is always simple, man. She just said, once you do your setups, you could either do eye to the side or you could do shotgun, your choice. Once you get that set up, then just get on the scale. They give you the paperwork. You go to the spot where you're supposed to go. They load you up. You throw your chains. Then you leave up out of there. You ain't got to get back on the scale to get up out of there. She said back indoors either 1, 2, or 3. So I just backed in 3 because 3 was the only one where that door was able to work. There's my coil right there. So it's a little bit different. I ain't been here in like over a month. It used to be where you can get on top of the trailer. Now they don't want you on top of the trailers no more. I guess they had a driver fall or something like that. So, so now you gotta use that little blue ladder right there. Throw your chains. It ain't no big thing. It's a little bit more difficult because, it's not as easy as being on top of the trailer and throwing chains. I find it easier to do it on top of the trailer, but it's all good. So I did what I could right there through all my chains and all that. I could have backed up further because my truck was sticking farther out, and it was cold, boy. Man, I was cold. I don't know why I didn't back up more. Could have backed up more and closed that damn door. I'll do that next time I go there. I got them chains in there. I want to get all my chains in right quick before I do all my little tying down and all that. Grab my bungees and all that. I know some of y'all looking at this like, man, there are easier ways to do this. I already know what some of y'all thinking, man. You gotta understand, I only been at Maverick now. This is only my 4th month. Almost 5th month. It'll be 5 months at Maverick, January 5th. So I'm still learning. So let me do me, man. Let me do me. And by the way, this day right here is the 27th, so this is Friday. I forgot to mention on Christmas, I ain't do nothing. All I did was just talk to the fam. That's it. But yeah, I got all that tied down real good. I struggled a little bit with that. And I struggled even more once I left out and had to throw tarps. I definitely struggled with that chain because it came loose a little bit. So well, you'll see. I'll talk about it once we get there. So I did what I could. I threw 6 chains on there. Now we about to head out. And like I said, you ain't got to get back on the scale once you leave. You just bypass the scale. Then I park right there. Now it's time to throw tarps, man. But before I did that, that's when I noticed that chain was loose, so I took it off. Boy, I struggled, boy. You gonna see me go around that tray about 200 times, boy. There I go again, back and forth, because it wasn't staying on that edge protector. But I was getting frustrated, boy. It was getting rough. I'm like, man, then it started to rain. Look at that, just back and forth. Had to keep going around, going around. Then when I think I had it, as soon as I put my winch bar on there to tighten it down, it come loose again. I'm like, boy, I'm telling you, boy. And like I said, this is my third time at this place, man. The first time I went, well, it was the first time, but it didn't. I didn't struggle as much, and the second time it was even easier. So I'm thinking it's gonna be easy, for the third time, man. Hell no. But eventually I got it. Yeah, you see, I got it finally. And I had to check, make sure everything was good. Boy, I'm telling you, man. I know some drivers probably wouldn't even care, man, but I do. And even if I had been doing this 20 years, man, I'll still be the same way, man. I don't like to cut corners. I like to make sure everything's. That's just how I am, man. I'm very organized. I like things to look good. I try to keep things neat. Anything that I do, I try to put my all into it. I just want it to be nice and neat, man. Not only safe, but also nice and neat. So after I did all that, now it's time to throw the tarps. I threw the canvas tarp on top first, just so I could protect them edges. I found out they do make a coil tarp. It's a tarp that's made specifically for coils. But we at Maverick, we don't have those. So we just use a regular steel tarp. And you can make it look good with a steel tarp, but with me, I'm still new. So mine didn't come out nowhere near as good. That truck that you see next to me on the left, on your left, but it's my right, but on your left, that truck right there, his tarp looked good as hell. Boy, I was trying to make mine look like his. It didn't come out nowhere near. But the main thing, it was covered though. You see it's raining, it started raining. It didn't rain hard, but it was raining. Then I fold that under like that, just like throw a strap on there. I also threw 2 straps on top. Want to make sure that thing was down on there good. Yeah, you see I start getting my so I then threw it on the top like that. Then I threw one on the back to hold down that tarp on the back. Threw another one across the top like that, boom. And threw another one on the front to hold down that front tarp. All that excess so it ain't flapping in the wind. Then once I finished, I had to make some adjustments on top because that X pattern was actually towards the back. But I didn't want it towards the back. I wanted it towards the front. So that's why I got up there and straightened that out. That way it's when I go to tighten it down, it pinches down. And the tarp that's on your left, that's the one that's on the bottom. I mean the strap that's on your left, that's the one that's on the bottom. So I want to make sure I tighten down that one first. And that was it. Tighten everything down real good. Make sure everything is 100%. I checked everything again, and that's the results. Yeah, I know it's sloppy, but that's all right. We got it done. We got it done. It's time to roll out, man. At this point, I just drove right straight to the yard and went home. So that's it, man. Hopefully y'all like this new setup that I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to not make the video as long next time. I know this video is almost an hour long. Like I said before, it was 2 hours long, but I kept chopping and screwing it up. So I try to make it a little bit shorter. But hopefully y'all like it like this. It seemed to be easier for me, so I think I'm gonna just keep going like this.